Hello, my beautiful wildflowers. How are you today? Alexis here with Modesty. Well, today is a long-awaited review on what I thought of all of the concealers I tried. And believe me, I tried a lot of them for a long time. Well, some of them, maybe just once, because there's a reason for that. And I just put them in a box here so that way it's, I try to pull out the drawer that I keep these in, but it doesn't come out. So I do have them here as a sneak peek of what you can see, what I've tried. So if you're interested in hearing about what I thought about these concealers, please stay tuned. Okay, welcome back, my beautiful wildflowers. I don't know what to say about this because, I spent, weeks, months, right? Yeah, months trying these different concealers, and I'm just so excited to tell you about it. And, I went all the way from what my, fail-proof MAC 24-hour smooth. I almost said mascara because I love my mascara by MAC, but concealer. And as you can see, this is like almost gone because this is what I used to go to. But guess what? I didn't touch this not once because I totally know what this is like. And you guys know how much I love this, right? But I did try all the other ones, and some of them, like I said, only once. And so let's just jump into it and let me just pick one and tell you about it. Okay, the first one that I'm going to talk to you about is this Rare Beauty. And it comes in such a cute little bottle with a huge doe foot. Take a look at that. Only other one that I know that comes almost this big, oh no, bigger than this would be the Toothpaste Born This Way one. But this is huge. But anyway, as you notice, it's kind of cakey on here, right? It's thick. And that's exactly what it is. And let me try to put this on here and kind of show you. There's a lot of pigment, and it's very, very thick, and it's really hard to, that little bit I put on there, I could probably cover my whole face with it. And so again, you know what, I should probably preface by saying what the purpose of my using a concealer is, and why I think some of these work for me, some wouldn't. Like this one here wouldn't work for me. Doesn't mean that it's a bad concealer because it actually feels like a nice texture. But the problem is I don't cover up other places. A lot of people use concealer to cover up, the rest of the face. I just use it simply right around my eyes, and not even to really cover anything up, but to brighten it. So that's the purpose why I use a concealer. But if you are using a concealer to, let's say, put it all over your face, cover up some, flaws, and or smooth out some unevenness, this is not a bad one. It really isn't. And, it's fairly priced. I believe it was $23, and it's thick. But be aware, though, when you use this, if you put makeup on top of it, it can kind of cake up unless you stretch it. And what I mean by stretching it is putting it on and getting a damp sponge and really stretching it instead of clumping a bunch on there, because it will cake up and it will break up if you put too much and you don't smooth it out. And that's the thing about this one. Like I said, if for the purpose of covering up flaws and smoothing out unevenness, this is good. Just for underneath the eyes to brighten up, it's too much, okay? And also creased really bad for me under my eyes. So yeah, so that's that for that. That's the first one. And then I'm gonna go next to Armani. This one here, this is a pure fabric concealer, and this is a very nice concealer. Matter of fact, I thought this was gonna be like the concealer for a while until I started trying all the other ones. I'm like, dang. There's like better ones, and they do again with the doe foot, but it's a smaller doe foot and very cute. And again, this one here goes a long way, but it's not as pigmented. And it doesn't, it depends again on what you're going to use it for. This works a little bit more for me because this is good to kind of like brighten under my eyes, and it doesn't stretch as far as like your Rare Beauty, okay? And this one is a little bit easier to work with, especially if you have a heavy hand, because this is a little bit thinner consistency than the other a lot of the other actually concealers. So this one is actually good if you are just trying to cover up light. This would be I would say light and maximum if you could get it there is medium coverage. And you know, it's not foundation, but to cover your dark circles, this alone won't do it, because it is thin. It's quite thin. But if you're trying to brighten up your under your eyes like I do, I love this. And you know, I mean, it's good. And is it my favorite? Not really, but will I throw it out? Oh, heck no. Would I use it? Oh, yeah, I would, depending on, you know, what I'm trying to do. As you notice, there's shade differences, right, that I have. And it's because I use it for different reasons. Sometimes, like this one is closer to my skin tone, as you noticed, and it kind of blended into my skin. And this is like if I don't want to brighten up under my eyes, but just kind of like maybe I want to even out the tone a little bit, because it does become, my eye become not dark, but sallow, you know, kind of like dull. And then I would add this to it. But yeah, definitely I do like this. But do I use it to brighten it? No. Do I use it to conceal? No. But I do put it to kind of like even out my tone, and that's it. Okay, this is Armani. Okay, the next one I want to go with is this one here. I mean, everybody talks about this. This just like blew up Twitter? No, TikTok, blew up a lot of, you know, a lot of social media, and people love this. And I mean, I'm not going to say anything bad about it because it is decent, and it's by Huda Beauty. Okay, there it is. And with this, again, what do I need it for? And this one here is called a fall filter concealer. That's exactly what it is. It's a faux filter. In other words, it will cover stuff up. It will cover stuff up. And for me, I don't need this kind of coverage. And I'll show you the doe foot. It's kind of like a weird, like shaped like a, you know, letter P, right? And but it actually works easy to get in there if you need to get in there. Again, this here is, you know, if I can make this work. Don't get me wrong, I can make this one work. And what I do is I put it on just a little bit, and then I go with the wet sponge over it and kind of tap it out, and then I can stretch it. But I just have to be really, really careful. Otherwise, it can look quite cakey. And again, you don't want to put like layers and layers of concealer to try to conceal dark spot. What you need to do is you need to color correct first, okay? If you have dark spot with like an orange, right? And then orange color, kind of like a reddish color, and then you go over it with the concealer, because trying to conceal dark spots only with a concealer, you're gonna tend to pile it on there, and it doesn't work out because it will cake. So as you notice, here it is. It's a very smooth finish. I really do like this one. Will I use it, and do I use it? Yeah, I do, you know, but I'm just really careful how much I put on, because like I said, this will goes a long way, and it is meant to be a filter. And so you want to just dot smallest dots, and you learn it. And this, I'm going to tell you, I'm probably going to tell you the best way to describe this. Like this one here, okay, the Armani is good for older skin, okay, and somebody that is maturing. Now these two, I would say, is, hold on 1 minute because I have to answer the phone. Okay, sorry about that. That was my husband at the Costco getting gas, and said, do you need anything? You didn't answer my text. I'm like, I know, I am recording here, but sorry about that, but that's okay. Anyway, so as I was saying, like these types are really good for young skin that doesn't have to worry about creasing and doesn't worry about fine lines under the eyes. These are perfect for that. But, you know, if you're a little older like I am, and I have, you know, a little bit of lines underneath my eyes, you know, things like this that are very light, but gives it a nice brightness is what I'm looking for, okay? But I want to show you everything I tried anyway. Okay, the next one, and this one here is actually really good, and this compares, believe it or not, to the Pat McGrath concealer. And I mean the consistency, and also the staying longevity. And I really hate to say this because I almost didn't bring it on, because I know a lot of people spend a lot of money on Pat McGrath stuff, and I know I did. And so when I tried it, just for the heck of it, because I heard everybody talking about it, I tried it. It's actually really good. But again, this is something that is not good for somebody just trying to brighten up skin. But if you want to camouflage something, if you want to hide something, if you want to really get the concealing aspect of it, this is good. And this is the e.l.f. camouflage. And this is by e.l.f. And you know, this is like fraction of the price of all of these. I mean, but I was very, very surprised. of the quality. And the foot here is very reminiscent of the Rare Beauty, the big foot. And I mean, the quality of this, I mean, the way it feels, it surprised me. I'm not going to lie, okay? And it just, the way it can cover, I was like, wow, if I had a scar to cover. Matter of fact, what I did with that, you know, I have a couple of tattoos. I actually put this on my tattoo, and it actually did do a pretty good job, okay? And there it is right there in the middle. But it's actually very smooth, and you can smooth it out. And it is camouflage. It really is. But again, not good for somebody with fine lines, because these things tend to be a heavier consistency than the lighter consistency. But this one actually rivals the quality of this Pat McGrath, which I really do like. But again, very thick. But what I like about Pat McGrath is you can really thin it out a little bit better than you could the camouflage one. The camouflage one is pretty stiff. It's going to stay. Just like the Rare Beauty one, but you know, the Pat McGrath one, it actually does, you know, you can stretch it a little bit easier. And on this one, I actually bought it to a little bit closer to my skin, so that way when I'm feeling sallow. But one thing I do love about this one is the doe foot. Look at it. I mean, it's tiny and it's perfect because I don't have big spaces to cover, and this is just really nice. And the consistency of this, and it's just, Pat McGrath does her stuff so well. It's really nice. But is it my favorite? No. But it is you know, it is nice. There it is. And it's like, it covers, and it is so nice. What am I going to say, right? I got this one in a shade or a little bit darker, like I did with my 24 hours. And let's see, with my Armani, is so that way I can cover the sallowness. I do have different concealers for different reasons. Like today, as you notice, it's not very, very bright. It's not like bright, right? But I did go ahead and use my Armani. That's what I'm using today. And what I like is, again, there is no lines. I mean, it's just so nice, so much nicer for older skin. But if you're young, man, you guys are lucky, because I would love to be able to use a lot of these, okay? And then so next, like I said, these are not like, I'm not putting it in ranks. I'm telling you what it's good for me at least, what I saw. And, you know, is it with the value? These are, I mean, I'm not showing you anything that I tried that might have been like, And those are the cream types, and that's different category anyway. And yeah, so yeah, different story, because those are high-ended ones that I was disappointed with, like Play Depot. So yeah, but let's not talk about that right now. I'm still depressed. Anyway, so next, this is one that I tried because of Ilinka. You know, Ilinka Beauty, she does the videos also on different type of makeup. And this is the Born This Way. Which one is this? This is Born This Way Eternal Light. It's illuminating smoothing concealer. And I really wanted to try this one, and I did. Sorry about that. You know, what did I think? I mean, people made such a big deal of it that I kind of wanted it to be like a real big deal, but it's really average. Seriously. One thing I do like, again, is the doe foot. Okay, I do like that. And I do like the fact that you could stretch this one. But this is in between, I'm going to say, I don't think this is as good as the Huda Beauty concealer, okay, the full filter, but it's somewhere in between, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I really can't compare them because they do different things. You know, I thought about it, but the thing is, it is nice, and it does give you a little bit of illuminating kind of eternal light, right? So it gives you the illumination, and I do like it, and I do use it, and especially if I want to put a little bit of light underneath, and this is good for that. And like when I'm using I usually like to pair this one with my Chanel, the water-based, like a CC cream type of thing, and I do like it then, because this does not crease. I gotta give them that. I mean, it doesn't crease. Well, to be honest, all concealers crease. Oops. All concealers crease, okay? It just does. but it's the amount of creasing, and can you control that amount of creasing? And this one you can, just like I can my Armani, and you know, some of these like the camouflage and with the full filter, I can't. Not because it's a bad product, it's because it's the way it's made, and you can't stretch it as easy with water, you know, with the sponge, whereas this you can, right? And so I do like it. Is this something, if I were to rebuy again, would I rebuy it? I don't know, because I have so many good ones that it's like, maybe, probably, because it does have that nice light, you know, look at it right there. It's like, it's really light, and it gives it that nice glowiness. For that, I probably would, just for that reason, because aside from that, it's not like super wow out there, different from anything else. And so then, you know, like Armani. So yeah, but price point wise, definitely this would be a better buy than the Armani and a couple of other ones I'm just going to show you also. So yeah, not bad. And then this one here, I was kind of disappointed, not because it's not a good product, but it's supposed to be made for somebody older like myself, and it caked a little bit, and I had a hard time stretching it without it becoming splotchy. Like it would lose pigment, right? Because if I try to stretch it too much, it would lose pigment, and it was kind of weird. And that's my Shiseido, and I'm really sad to say that, because this one here has my favoriteest of all of them, doe foot. And I love the size, because who uses something, you know, I mean, this big? I mean, unless, of course, you're putting it all over your face. I mean, it's just for my eyes, so this is perfect. And the doe foot is on it is like completely perfect. I mean, look at it. It's not even like a doe foot. It's like a little, like a, I don't know, it looks like Q-tip, right? I mean, I just love that. But God, it disappointed me. I mean, it did, and it's not, the consistency is not at all like thick, but so I don't have to really stretch it, but I really have to work with it in order for it to really work for me. And there it is in the middle right here. And I mean, it does become, if you try to stretch it with water, it will become like splotchy in a way that you start missing, it skips, right? It skips. So if you're going to use this one, you will have to apply with a brush and not with a sponge. But it is a very nice concealer. I'm not gonna lie, I love it. But I mean, it's temperamental. It's temperamental, and you really have to work with it. And if you don't have the time to do that, or if you don't, you know, yeah, you don't want to do that, then this is not for you. And also, I would not put this on all over the face. I mean, maybe it's not designed for that. That's why they come in such a tiny little one, because again, it is a little temperamental, and I don't know how, you know, makeup would act on top of this. So yeah, because I'm putting this on top of makeup, it's different, right? So yep, that's my thought on that. And then I already told you how I feel about my 24-hour MAC concealer. Do I still love it? Yes, I do. Have I picked it up? No, I haven't. And I mean, it's just because I'm so brand loyal, and I just love it. And look at it. I mean, I love this teeny tiny doe foot. I mean, teeny tiny doe foot. I like it, and it actually does a good job. But I found this one that I'm going to tell you in a minute about, that it's just like, wow, that's the one I've been reaching for. Yeah, because it's great, and I love it. And I have to force myself to use the other ones, because this one is just so good overall, doing everything for me type of concealer. So this one, I mean, it is beautiful. I mean, it's trustworthy. It does not crease, like, you know, because it's really easy to work with. And the creasing is minimal. Like I said, everything creases, but here it is. That's the one that I just put on here. And what you have to do with this one is you just tap it with a dry sponge, and it'll stretch out for you. You don't need like a wet sponge, and this is what I like. And just like the fabric, whoops. Oh, just bowling here. Just like this one here, you don't really need water to stretch the MAC 24-hour. And does it last for 24 hours? It lasts a long time. It will last me, like when I pray during the day, when I have to rinse my face, I mean, I rinse my face, and in the past, when I wasn't using the foundations that I'm using, which are waterproof, I mean, everything would rinse off except for under my eyes. Under my eyes would be like really nice, and the rest of my makeup would be gone. And so yes, this is a good one. Am I going to hold on to it? Absolutely. If I were to, I mean, would I buy it again? Yeah, I would, because it's just, I don't know, I really like it. And it's worked for me for many years, so yeah. Okay, and the next one here, I tried because of its partner, right? And the same product brand. And this is the waterproof version of it. And this is anti-aging, waterproof, Effactorines. And it is long lasting, and it's by Lancome. Here it is. And it is in a tube, and it doesn't have a doe foot. But let me tell you, this thing is really waterproof. Seriously, it's waterproof. And I mean, the only thing I don't like about it is that you have to like put it onto a surface, pick up a brush, and then use it like that, or a sponge, depending. But is it a good product? Oh yeah. Yeah, it is. Is it a pain? Yeah. You know, I wish this one. I mean, look at it. Look how it just stretched out so easily just by tapping. But remember, it's waterproof. What does it mean when it's waterproof? It means you can't use a wet sponge, okay? It's just not gonna work out very well for you if you do. So what I do is I usually put it on my hand, and then I either tap it in directly with my eye, under my eyes with my fingers, or I will use a brush, okay, depending on the foundation I have underneath. If I'm afraid that I'm gonna lift the foundation underneath it, then I'm going to just go ahead and get the brush and just do this. Whereas if I'm okay with the foundation, I'm solid, this is gonna stay like my Forever Dior Forever Glow. I know the thing's not budging, so I just put this on here and just tap, 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 like that. And I do love it though, and it is not hard to stretch at all. And it, even though you would think that this would be really thick, this is very good, especially if you are trying to cover up a little bit of imperfections under there. Like I said, I do it just to brighten. So this is a lot for me, and I don't need this kind of coverage. But I mean, I just wanted to try it because my favorite one is by Lancome also. And I'm just going to jump into that right now. And this is the Lancome, and it is called the Teint Idol Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. And you guys probably have seen this, and you probably heard of it. I mean, this absolutely the best concealer I have ever used for myself. I really love it. And it is by, like I said, Lancome. I own very little things from Lancome. I'm not a Lancome fan, and it's just, I had to kind of try this one because I heard so much about it. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll buy Lancome. And so I did. And I mean, I was just so floored at the quality of this and the coverage of it, and it is for all over wear. And I believe, does this thing say 24 hours or not anything? Okay, sorry about that. I had a cut there because I got a frog in my throat that doesn't want to come out. Anyway, yeah, it doesn't say it's 24 hours, but this thing lasts, okay? I put on my makeup about 4 a.m. and I get home about between 5, 6 o'clock. It's still there. And I mean, and it doesn't clump. It does not cause creasing. And I just totally, totally love, you know, what is that? Oh, Siri is like listening to me.
It's all good.
It was picking up everything I was saying. I don't know what happened that I said that, you know, whatever. So anyway, yes, this is absolutely the best, and for me, and I really like it. And the thing is, though, this is kind of weird, like doe foot. The doe foot, I'm not so crazy about it because it is kind of big, but you see how it's kind of cut out like that, so it makes it easy for me to like make dots, because that's how I apply mine. I apply 5 dots, like, you know, under my eyes. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what I do is I get the sponge and I kind of smooth it out. And that's another thing. You can use a sponge with this, and I do, with a damp sponge, because this is not waterproof, okay? And so, but it works very well with a sponge. I don't have to sit there and just like, and I mean, I just love this. And it has nice coverage. It dries it dries matte. But not matte. It dries kind of like a satiny matte, so that way it doesn't make your under eye look dry. And that's another thing. All of the ones that I tried here does dry nice and like matte, but satiny matte, except for the Camouflage. I think that dries a little bit more matte on the matte side, and also this one here by Rare Beauty. And this one's getting there. The Huda Beauty, it does look a little bit more matte than the rest of it, but as far as, aside from these 3, they're all kind of satiny finish. And with this one here, the Born This Way, the Eternal Light, being a little bit more glowy. So yeah, that's it. I mean, what did you think? Is there, I mean, have you tried any of these, or have you tried all of these? I mean, is there one that I have talked about that is your favorite? But you guys remember, just because it didn't work for me, I am talking about my type of skin, which is aging, and I have lines, and you know, I have to make sure that I stretch it out so that way there's not a thickness, so that way, you know, it doesn't cause clumping or additional settling into the lines. And so it's really more technique when it comes to, you know, this stuff. So just remember, I mean, if you love one of those ones that I said not so crazy about it, I mean, that's great, because you most likely have a different reason why than I do from using this product. And but also, another thing before I forget, do I set my under eye with the powder? The short answer is yes. And the reason why is because what I do is I like to set it, and then after that, you know, I spray my face after all my makeup is on to allow the powder and everything to kind of settle into my skin. And I do that by all-nighter spray, which is a setting spray. And so I do set it. But let's say I'm out somewhere on vacation, I forgot my setting spray, then I would not set it with the powder, because then it kind of settles in my lines and it doesn't like smooth out at all. So if that makes sense to you. And what I do is I do like the additional stain power because of the powder. Okay, and so I usually use a white translucent powder underneath, and yeah, that's that. So alrighty, my beautiful wildflowers, tell me what you think below, and if I added any value, please do hit like. And if you are not subscribed yet, please do subscribe and have fun with us. And you know, I do have that previously loved giveaway that I need to do, and I have not revealed that one yet, and I don't think I will today, but I will start another one today anyway. And let's use the word concealer. Concealer, okay? I gotta write this down because I will forget. Concealer. And you know, I have been doing 4 winners for those. I'm gonna have to go down to 2 a week, only because the postage on those are very high, and I do send them priority, so that way it's not sitting somewhere. You know, it's makeup, I don't want it to get ruined. So yeah, so I will do that. So I will pick 2 winners from this video. So alrighty, my beautiful wildflowers, I hope you had a great time, okay, watching this video. So, but anyway, I want you to have a good day, a good night, a good week, a good weekend, whenever you're watching this, and it does not matter. But what does matter, though, is remember, in a in the field of roses, but it is a world of roses, if you know what I mean. Be a wildflower and never sweat the small stuff. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. That frog came from. I think I need to drink water. I'm like dehydrated or something, but it's early in the morning. I usually drink like, you know, coffee. I haven't had that yet. That's why I'm just so tired. Do I look tired? I'm tired. Anyway, I was able to put on my makeup this morning because I do need to talk to a friend of mine from Turkey, and I'm gonna go and do that in about an hour or so, because they're 10 hours ahead, and so I'm gonna do that. And then I think I'm gonna go ahead and run some errands and go to Costco with my husband again, because I have to take my car to get gas. So anyway, yeah, so much to do, and it's like, oh my god, I just want to relax on a weekend. Let me just do nothing. But nope, we have things to do, but that's okay. I'm looking forward to retirement, put it that way. So alrighty, my beautiful wildflowers, you guys know the truth. I love you guys from the very bottom of my lip ventricles, and I want you to be safe out there and always look for the silver lining. I'll see you soon. Do you know it cut off just as I was saying bye? And so I'm recording this just in case, because you guys need that bye, okay? Some of you just like live for that bye, so mwah, bye.